Good evening and welcome to the December 18th, 2025 meeting of the Historic Preservation Commission. This is a regularly scheduled meeting of the HPC. Notice has been given in the Montclair Times, the Star Ledger, and the Herald News. Notice has also been posted in City Hall. We're being broadcast on Channel 34, the Montclair Public Television channel. We are also being live streamed on Montclair's YouTube channel. The first order of business is to call the roll.
Yes. Chair Bennett is not present. Vice Chair Graham.
Here.
Acting as chair. Thank you. Mr. Reimnitz.
Here.
Mr. Rooney.
Here.
Mr. Sweeney is not present. Mr. Giuliano.
Here.
Ms. Kane-Levy.
Here.
Mr. Mixer.
Here.
Ms. Floyd is not present at the moment. And Mr. Smolin.
Here.
And our attorney, Janine Bauer, is not present today.
Great. Before we get into adoption of the calendar and approval of the minutes, I just wanted to welcome back Commissioner Kane-Levy. It was, when I first joined this board, it was a pleasure to serve with you. I know many others on this board have served. You served admirably, and we're lucky to have you back with us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm really happy to be here.
Thanks. So with that, we have the adoption of the Historic Preservation Commission 2026 meeting calendar. So did everyone have a chance to review that? Let me see. Oh yeah, where's my paper? Oh, thanks. Does anyone have any issues or concerns with any of the dates as they are presented? No. All right, so I would make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Motion carries. Next, we have the approval of the minutes from November 13th, 2025. Does anyone have any changes they would like to make to the minutes? No changes? I can only vote on the portion of the minutes where I attended and did not recuse myself, and I don't have any changes on that portion. But I would like to make a motion to adopt the minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And with that, we'll move on to resolutions. The first resolution is 580 Valley Road, BG Valley Bank, Block 1711, Lot 30. Total demolition of drive-through bank building. Does anyone have any changes they'd like to make to that resolution?
No. Let's see. Correct.
Straightforward. So, if somebody would like to make a motion.
I move to adopt that resolution.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And abstentions? I have to abstain.
And I abstain.
Okay, next we have application 2025-27, 612 Valley Road, Grilette Sandwich Bar LLC, Block 2601, Lot 5, facade updates for expansion into adjacent storefront. Any changes to that resolution?
No.
Okay, I don't see any. Would someone like to make a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And abstentions?
I'm
Abstain, 3 abstentions.
Okay. I'll just note for the record that Ms. Floyd has arrived before any business has begun.
Welcome. All right. Next resolution is application 2025-29, 164 Bloomfield Avenue, ATM Core, Block 3101, Lot 19, Hartley Street facade updates. Does anybody have any changes to the resolution? All right. Would someone like to make a motion to adopt?
Motion to adopt.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And abstentions? Abstain. 3. Okay, next we have the resolution to retain Safferman, Lacken, Bloomstein, and Blader as HPC attorney. Would anybody like to make any comments? I would make a motion to adopt the resolution.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And abstentions? Okay, next is resolution to retain Architectural Heritage Consultants as HPC architect. Any comments?
No.
So with that, I would make a motion to adopt.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? All right, resolution passed, carries. All right, does anyone have any committee reports? All right, oh, sorry, John.
No, normally Kathleen does it for
Yeah.
the minor applications, so.
We'll stack them on the next report.
Perfect. And next order of business is public comment. Would anyone from the public like to make any comments prior to getting into our applications? All right, public comment, seeing no comments, public comment is closed. We have no old business on the agenda, so we will move to new business. Board of Adjustment Referral, Application 2948, 51 Elm Street, St. Mark's United Methodist Church, Block 3112, Lot 20, historic marker sign. Good evening. If you'd like to sit, you can sit as well, but it's your preference, whichever you would like. So,
Well, I'm going to
if
show
you,
you a few slides.
sure, then if you wouldn't mind using the handheld microphone next to the computer, that would be great.
When I do that,
Well, actually, now as well, if you're going to stand next to there.
Yeah, so if you wanted to then stand here.
okay.
There's a laser pointer.
Are we ready?
Yes, if you'd like to introduce yourself,
Okay.
please. And state your connection to the application, please.
Okay. Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Betty Holloway, and I am a member of St. Mark's United Methodist Church, and I am one of the co-leaders of this particular project. And if you would allow me a few minutes, I'd also like to introduce you to our pastor, who is here, Reverend K. Dubuisson,
Nice to meet you.
attending the meeting for this recognition. As you may know, we were recently recognized, along with two other sites in Montclair, by the New Jersey Historical Commission to be one of the Black Heritage Trail sites. So I am here tonight to request approval for the signage that is set up by the New Jersey Historical Commission. And Zanet, I have some extra copies of,
And I'll just clarify, Ms. Holloway, the meeting tonight will provide advisory comments.
Right.
When you go to the Zoning Board of Adjustment, they will give the final approval.
Okay.
Thank you.
all right. So what I'd like to do is to introduce you to our site, just in case you're not familiar with it. And the pictures here replicate some of the ones that you have already. But what I did was I took pictures so that you could get a different view of the area and where we are proposing to put the signage. But just to give you a little history about St. Mark's, what I'm showing you here is the first Methodist Episcopal Church in Montclair was established in 1836 as the first church in town, and it was also a school. And the first Methodist Episcopal Church resided in this building until 1879, from 1836 to 1879. And in 1880, the active African American, formerly enslaved, and free people were beginning to build community. And so this was this was the first African American institution established here in Montclair, New Jersey. 1880, we took over the building because they built the brand-new church over on North Fullerton. And so we were in this building until 1947. We built the parsonage next door in 1895. So I was a member of the Zoning Board of Adjustment long ago. And the application for the parsonage came before us. And on condition of approval of that application, we asked that a marker be placed to designate that this house was once the parsonage of the first African-American church in Montclair. And this was done around 2009. So that you can't see it if you go by there now because it's covered with snow and shrubbery, overgrown shrubbery. So to tell you to make our case for the signage to be placed at our current location, what you're looking at here is a picture from April 4th, which was Good Friday, 1947. A fire destroyed the building inside. And so, as you can imagine, it was a very devastating event. However, this church, prior to this fire, had served the community in a number of ways. Where there was a need for an organization, such as the YWCA, our member, Alice Huey Foster, along with other members, Harriet Terry, who was our deputy mayor's grandmother, Roger Terry, his grandmother was a part of the group of women who established the YWCA. And so by 1926, the YWCA had built a recreation building. And it was there that for 2.5 years, services were held at the recreation building for the Y. And also, 1905, our minister, Reverend John Blake, met and they formed the YMCA for colored men. Now, most of you who have been here for a long time are probably familiar with the Y on Washington Street. That was not the first location. The first location was up on Park and Bloomfield Avenue, which is where, when Reverend Blake was here, where he established it. We were also, this building was the location for the establishment of the NAACP, 1916, of which our minister was served as the first president of that organization. So in this building, a lot happened to establish the African American community here in Montclair. So after that devastating fire, there was already preparations to move in a new building. As you can imagine, by 1947, that building was 111 years old. And the repairs on it was just stifling. And so preparations had already been made to build this church. So that really hastened the process for us to have another location. We had already bought the property here at Elm and Fulton Street. So this was the building, and this is where we proposed to put the signage that indicates our designation as a Black Heritage Site. So this is just another view, giving you a full frontal view of the church. Most of the time, when you look at the building, you don't see the other door on the right side of the building. So getting a full frontal view, you see where the signage will be placed. So it'll have, it's really a pedestrian-friendly location. The other picture that you have shows you that, you know, we're in a location where there's a Head Start program, and the Charles Bullock School is on the left side of the fence. So we're a perfect location for outreach programs to students in the area. So the marker verbiage is here, which is, I think you have a copy of it there, so I won't read it. But I put this picture in there for you to see other locations that have been established where the New Jersey the Historic Commission have placed other signage around the state. The one that you're looking at here is in Cape May. It's at the historic Black Franklin Street School. And it gives you an idea of the height and what it looks like, you know, in that placement. And on the right is another sign that was, I think both of these were placed in November, which was the historic Timbuktu site in West Hampton, New Jersey. And, okay, I think that's just the site survey there. So that's St. Mark's, and part of our story, not the entire story, because, you know, at our current building, we have a number of programs, outreach to the community. We have a food distribution program. We are a respite for the homeless. Recently, we were designated, and we are one of the only reconciling churches in this general conference of our church. So, and we're also a location for a freedom school. So beyond Sunday services, we are very engaged in the community with the various programs that we continue to promote.
And then, Ms. Holloway, did you want to touch on how the sign changed? Because what the commissioners received and what I included in my report was a slightly smaller sign.
Yes.
And pole height.
What we learned, which is why I put this picture in the group, we thought it was a much higher signage.
That's what it
Yes, but the signage that was placed at the baseball field in Patterson, the Black Heritage, I forgot the name of it. Yes, that's it. Say that again. Heathcliff, yes, at that baseball field. It is like 10 feet tall, and you'd have to stand and look. But at a baseball field, that seems familiar. But for it to be more pedestrian-friendly, the specifications, which are in the packet, and it's, oops, here we go.
says 4 feet.
Here, the pole, it is required that 3 feet of the pole be placed in the ground, in cement, and 4 feet, 40 or 48 inches of the pole be above ground. And the signage itself is 48 inches, and it's 42 inches wide. So what came in the original package was a much taller sign. And so we wanted to show the new measurements for a site such as ours.
Yeah, I just think the first packet that we received was the sign with the 30 inches.
Mhm.
And just now that you've gotten the specific requirements from the
Right.
state program,
Right.
that sign is actually a little bit taller.
Yes.
So it's 48 inches instead of 30.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. 42 inches wide.
42 inches wide. Everything else
Rather
is the
than
same except
30.
for the height of the sign.
Right.
Thank you.
Betty?
I was just going to apologize. I was just going to ask if you had anything else additional you'd like to add before we open up to questions.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
Questions from the commission? Ms. Floyd, any questions?
No, not at all.
Mr. Giuliano?
I have none.
Mr. Rooney?
No. No.
Ms. Ryan? Ms. Mixon?
No.
No.
All right. Mr. Smolin?
So I don't have a report here, but I think just to focus the conversation, that the zoning board would be looking for you all to opine on a sign height that's exceeding the 6-foot ordinance, like permitted height. So it's being exceeded by just 2 feet. And the area of the sign, I think, is around 14 or 15 square feet proposed, and only 2 square feet is permitted. So it's a detached sign. It's very distant from the building. It's not blocking any critical viewpoints or anything. So I think you should be able to make a finding here pretty expeditiously that this is appropriate for the site.
Just one question on the text. I wasn't sure if you mentioned that there was a fire. I don't know if you wanted to mention that in the text of the to the old site, and maybe that's why it moved to this site, the church. Just a
I'm
suggestion.
sorry.
The text
You're
in the-
suggesting that...
I'm just asking if, this is completely at your discretion, but the sign, I know you'd mentioned that there was a fire, and that's why the church had moved from its previous site to the new site. I don't know if you'd like to consider referencing that in the text on the sign. It seems like a piece of history that might
Yes,
be important to
Yes.
commemorate.
When you,
Yeah.
we say St. Mark's United Methodist Church was founded in 1880 at 194 Bloomfield Avenue. We don't mention it emerged as a vital hub for growing. Okay, so we don't mention fire specifically, so are you suggesting?
Well, it's just up to your discretion. Yeah, from a
The history point.
from a history point of view, I think it's an interesting fact that the reason why it moved was due to a fire, and that's why it's at the current location.
Okay.
100% at your discretion, but I just thought it
Yeah.
would be worth suggesting in a
That can be done,
Okay,
not a problem.
okay. Any questions from the public? Okay. Seeing none, we'll close public questions. Any comments from the public? Okay, seeing none, we'll close public comment. Any questions, any comments, we can do comments from the board.
Yes, I just want to say, Betty, you are phenomenal. And thank you so much for maintaining and restoring our history as far as African-American community in Montclair, because, you know, without you, I think we would kind of be dissipating a little bit. So this is fantastic, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Zena.
Very, very appreciative of your hard
you.
work.
Thank you.
Mr. Giuliano?
Nothing that Zena hasn't said already. I think if we're going to approve a sign that's bigger than the ordinance allows, having it be for a reason that explains the history of a building is the whole point of why we're here. So I'm 100% supportive of it.
Thank you.
Mr. Rooney?
No questions. Great job. I learned a lot tonight. So
Thank you.
Sorry, I'll start with Mr. Mixner.
No comments from me, thanks.
Just great job. One little question. What are the other heritage sites that are getting?
Oh, thank you for asking that. The other heritage sites include the Montclair, the Crane House and Historic YWCA, and also the Howe House
Great,
at 369 Claremont Avenue.
great.
So the three of us are, I could tell you how we're intimately connected.
So do we have to see those signs as well, or is this a template?
So we did
for that?
review the one at the Crane House earlier this year. There have to go a little bit back to the board for this revision in the height and size of the sign, but I don't think it will be an issue. And then we haven't seen the other ones yet.
No.
No, I think that's a rolling process.
Thanks.
Mr. Smolin? Any? Yeah, I just want to echo what my fellow commissioners have said. I think this is an outstanding project. I think if we're going to grant a variance, there is probably no better reason I can think of, and I think this is a wonderful project. So thank you so much for your hard work.
And thank you all.
Thank you.
You've been very gracious. I appreciate it. Thank you, Zanet.
Okay. Our next application is 29566-10 Erie Street, BDP 6-10 Erie LLC, Block 3307, Lot 7, freestanding signs.
Hey, good evening, David Plasek, Chief Executive Officer of BDP Holdings, Managing Member of the applicant.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Would you like to proceed with a presentation?
If there is a presentation to
Okay.
proceed with, we're here for, I think, advisory review of
Mm-hmm.
a sign package, including 2 freestanding signs that require variances due to the lack of building setbacks and lack of our property facing a municipal parking lot.
Okay. Do we have those photos?
I have the signage plan.
Right.
I want to reference it.
Sure.
No need to. I think it's working slowly.
That's it. Okay. In a font we all can read, I presume? So really, there we go. So we have 2 freestanding signs that we're looking to place at the property. One here at the northern entry to the property off of Erie Street. There's a landscape island and lighting island that's been installed as approved in our prior site plan approval. And we're back. Obviously, there's very little setback on the property line. I think code calls for 15 feet. We're essentially at the property line, so we need a variance for that. And, the property is irregularly shaped, does not face necessarily a municipal parking lot according to code, so variance for that as well. And then we have another freestanding sign off of Oak Place that's really directional in nature. This property has 2 different sets of addresses. Oak Place, which accesses this ground floor, second floor office space of the building, and then the Erie Street addresses, which access or define the retail frontage along Erie Street. So a directional sign on Oak Place indicating that this entrance is for office parking. Based on our prior site plan, this is no longer a 2-way access road behind the property, it's 1-way. Now everyone can read it. This is 1-way, so you can ingress and egress off of Oak Place, but you cannot ingress and come around to the Erie Street side of the building, so we just want a directional sign that's freestanding on Oak Place indicating that the retail access is up on Erie Street, the office access is here. Same issues there with regards to, building setback and municipal parking lot variances.
Understood. Okay.
And you had some pictures of these.
Oh, John, you're, Mike.
Okay.
this would be the directional signage off of Oak Place, again indicating the office suites are in the Oak Place parking lot. And if you're accessing or looking for the retail, you proceed east on Oak Place to the Erie Street lot.
And that's going to be placed right on the property line? Is that what I'm hearing or understand?
Near the property line. I think it'll be a
What?
couple feet off of the property
Off the
line.
property line, but too
Yeah.
close according to the code.
According to code, I believe you're not allowed to have a freestanding sign unless your building is set back 15 feet from the property line.
Got it.
Our building is not set back
Got it.
15 feet from the
Got it.
property line.
Got it. Okay.
And then this would be the freestanding sign along Erie, really just indicating the tenancy within the property. Again, the building is L-shaped off of Erie Street. It provides really limited visibility to who the tenants are if you're driving by. So really, tenant signage or marquee signage for the tenants. I think the dimensions of these signs are roughly 2 feet by 2 feet. Code allows for up to 12 square feet of freestanding signage, so we're well below that limitation. I think the height is, believe it or not, up to 12 feet. We're, I think, installing these at 4 feet. So everything else is according to ordinance.
Okay. Any questions from the commissioners? Ms. Floyd?
No question.
Mr. Giuliano?
No.
Mr. Rooney?
No.
Mr. Reimers?
No.
Mr. Mixner?
Just one quick question, and I know it's on here, I just want to clarify. The figure 3, which is a photograph, I think, of the picture of front facade property from Erie Street, has like a small yellow sign that looks like it's just maybe a triangle. Is that roughly where the freestanding sign would go?
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
temporary leasing sign, and that's, exactly where the freestanding retail sign would be going.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Ms. Kane-Levy?
No question.
And Mr. Smolin?
I had a question, which was in my report about the south elevation, I believe.
Are the two canopies adjacent to each other?
Yeah, are those for two different tenancies, or who's going into those doors?
Yeah, it's the same tenant. They occupy a couple of different suites within the building. One set of doors accesses one address at the property. The second set of doors accesses a second address that serves as their yoga studio. So they have clientele that come to both locations based on different uses of the space.
Okay, so the canopy sign for the left canopy will be different than the one on the right?
They'll be exactly the same.
Oh,
In
they'll
fact,
stay the
those
same.
those were approved in the site plan application, so those canopies are installed and exist today.
Okay.
We don't disagree. We just can come up with a better option when we were planning it out.
All right, I don't have any questions. Questions from the public? All right. Seeing our only member of the public does not have one, I will close questions. Any comments from the public? All right, seeing none, I will close public comment. Comments from the commission, Ms. Floyd?
No comments.
Mr. Giuliano?
I don't have any comments.
Mr. Rooney?
No comment.
Mr. Reimers?
My only comment is about the development in general, which has really turned out really great.
Yeah.
So it's really, you've changed a really difficult site, and you have some, it looks like some good tenants there too. So
Yeah, and happy to report we're 100% leased now with a number of small businesses, and people actually know the building exists.
Yeah, the coffee shop, I think, helps draw people in there.
They sure do. Yeah, great coffee as well. And Montclair resident who owns that business also.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Mr. Mixer?
No comment, thank you.
Ms. Kane-Levy?
No,
Mr.
seems like a good solution.
Mr. Smolin?
Maybe just to summarize my report from way back in October, it's a building from 1907. I think it was the former United States Printing Company warehouse. It's obviously an industrial site, and it's part of one of the remnants of Montclair's Walnut Street industrial area, early manufacturing clustered along Tony's Brook that runs into Glen Ridge as well. It was developed adjacent to the railroad, and it's one of those potential historic districts in Montclair, and this one has a bit of significance because of the history of the paper and printing trades there, with things like the Crump Label Company and U.S. Printing Company now. I mean, overall, it's pretty minor, this application, in terms of what's being done. Very little, if any, historic fabric is being altered by this, and I don't think in any way that these couple signs are going to create like a distraction or overwhelm the historic building, so I think they're appropriate.
Wonderful. I'm also supportive, and also want to commend you on a fine job with this site.
Yeah, thank you.
So with that, I don't think we have anything to vote on, right? So, okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Great,
Thank
thanks,
you.
everyone.
Thanks.
Well, with that, we have no more agenda items. I want to wish everyone a wonderful holiday season. Looking forward to see everyone in 2026. I would make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Have a wonderful holiday season all.
Happy holidays.